Good morning. Finally, one of the awe-dropping event of this year is here. Apple launched the most awaited iPhone 17 this year, and after multiple criticisms from us, the tech community, the iPhone 17 finally comes with a 120Hz display. Apple took the Plus variant, put it on a diet, hit the gym, and boom, you now have the first ever iPhone Air, the thinnest iPhone ever. And along with this, they have introduced a bigger battery life with faster charging speeds, and then there is a wave of happiness amongst iPhone pugloos. But if you look at the website, the iPhone Air cannot do cinematic 4K video, has an inferior USB-C 2.0 and 20-watt fast charging. In fact, in the iPhone Air announcement, Apple said just 1 day battery life and then announced this.
We were able to create a new low-profile MagSafe battery.
And most importantly, in India, there are rumors that the iPhone 16 is going to be under 50,000 and the iPhone 16 Pro Max is going to be under 1 lakh rupees. So if you're looking to buy an iPhone 16 or iPhone 17, well, in this video, we'll tell you everything you need to know about the new iPhone 17 launches and things that even Apple didn't tell you in the event. Prateek, TechWiser, let's dropping go. Now, including the iPhone 17 series, there were 7 major announcements that you need to know about today's Apple event. The new AirPods Pro 3rd Gen is launched. Now, of course, like always, there's 2x better ANC. The overall AirPod form factor is reduced. The stem is now smaller. In fact, Apple AirPods Pro 3rd Gen now supports live translation. So suppose if you're speaking to someone who only knows Chinese and you can only speak English, the AirPods can translate their Chinese voice to English, and it could be that futuristic gadget which will help humans communicate better when you travel abroad. Finally, US and China, things will get sorted. However, there's 2 catches if you're in India. Number 1, it doesn't support Hindi as of now. These are the only supported languages and I don't think is useful for Indians. Number 2, you need to have an Apple Intelligence compatible iPhone along with AirPods Pro 3rd Gen to make the live translation work. So iPhone 15 Pro and above is needed. Having said all of that, there were 2 really mind-blowing changes with the AirPods 3rd Gen. AirPods can now detect your heart rate. It can record all of that in your iPhone's Apple Health app. Plus, AirPods can now detect 50 types of workout, which includes walking, running, weightlifting. This is insane. I believe this eliminates the use of a dedicated Apple Watch. You can just buy AirPods and get fitness tracking along with your iPhone. Now, I know this is not a new feature. Samsung launched this with an earbud in 2018. But I'm happy that AirPods that cost 25,900 rupees in India can do more stuff other than normal TWS music and stands out from other TWS in the market. It kind of now justifies the price. I would say, well, this is a yay. Now, there was a small announcement regarding the new Apple Watch series, like there's Apple Watch 11, Apple Watch SE 3 and Apple Watch 3 Ultra. Now, the Apple Watch 11 has thinner bezels, new processor, a more durable IONX display, it's the thinnest Apple Watch ever, yada 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 yada. But the upgrade or buyable Apple Watch I felt in India is Apple Watch SE 3. See, it now has an always-on display just like the expensive Apple Watch 11. It has the same S10 chip, double tap gestures and flick gestures. In fact, it also comes with faster on-device Siri. Now there is a bargain. It gets a slightly lesser brighter display. It misses out on ECG, blood oxygen, slightly lesser battery life, but it costs half of Apple Watch 11. Now there was the Apple Watch 3 Ultra, which has the biggest display on an Apple Watch, the biggest battery on an Apple Watch and can last about 42 hours. And again, the price remains unchanged at 89,900 rupees. Also, the Apple Watch 3 Ultra gets 5G connectivity. So, nah for the Apple Watch 11 and Ultra, and like big yay for the Apple Watch SE 3. Alright, let's start with the most improved iPhone series, iPhone 17.
Hey, but isn't this iPhone 16?
Oh, sorry, but from the back, both of them looks the same, so never mind. Now, I believe Apple finally gave in and upgraded everything on the base iPhone series, and this is the first time ever a lot of things are coming to the base iPhone. First of all, design-wise, it has the same design, same aluminum body with glass back. Like iPhone 16 and iPhone 17 looks exact same from the back, but now you get different colors. In terms of changes, the iPhone 17 now comes with a, wait for it, 120Hz Pro Motion display.
Yeah!
Finally, RIP 60Hz joke. Surprisingly, it took them until 2025 to finally decide that the normal user deserves a better display. That aside, the base iPhone 17 also gets an always-on display. The dynamic island is made slightly smaller, the bezels have gotten thinner, so the iPhone 17 display size is now increased to 6.3 inch. In fact, it has the same brightness nits as the Pro variant. So Apple finally gave in and they are using the same display on the base as the Pro variant. The display also gets ceramic shield glass 2 protection. It has the same glass protection used on the Pro series. Now the back glass doesn't have any protection, so we'll wait for the bend test. We'll try to cover the repair cost in the full video, so subscribe so that you don't miss out on that. Now other upgrades are the ultra wide angle camera on the iPhone 17 is upgraded to 48 megapixel from 12 megapixel. The front camera is now 18 megapixel. In fact, this was really innovative. Instead of the traditional rectangular camera sensor, Apple is using a square camera sensor. So this way, while keeping the phone vertical, you can still expand and take landscape photos by holding the phone the same exact way. That's so cool. Imagine if there's a third-party app that lets you hit the shutter button once and clicks 3 photos in 3 different aspect ratio. The whole problem of telling everyone to hold a phone like this for Instagram story or YouTube community or Twitter or blah blah, it's gone. Really AA feature. By the way, fun thing, in the Apple event, multiple times people were using the shutter button to click photos. Like, hey, what about the camera control button? Why isn't Apple using it? Now on the inside, the iPhone 17 is using the new A19 chip. It has a 6-core CPU, 5-core GPU. Even the base storage on the iPhone 17 is upgraded from 128GB to 256GB. And along with this, they have announced their 2 custom chips, N1 and C1X. N1 is for faster airdrops and hotspots, and the C1X is for better network reception for all the iPhone models. Even the charging speed is bumped up to 40 watt, so it should take about 30 to 40 minutes to charge the phone to 100%. And the battery capacity here is also bumped up. We'll get to know the exact capacity when we get the phone in our hands on September 19, so wait for that. Rest, the MagSafe charging speed is still at 25 watt. Now, finally, the base iPhone is actually on par with Android flagship. Like, it still misses out on USB 3, it's still USB 2.0, the Type-C port. There's no telephoto camera, but all the other features are for first time on the iPhone 17 variant. Now, because of that, the price of the iPhone 17 is bumped up slightly by 3,000 rupees to make it 82,900 rupees in India, like 3k extra for the LTPO display and upgraded base storage. But I still believe this again will be the default iPhone to recommend this year in the iPhone 17 series. Like, good to see Apple not holding back. Definitely yay for the iPhone base. Now this year, Apple did something different. The Plus variant is gone, it was sent to the gym, and after the workouts, what came out is the brand new iPhone Air. The thinnest iPhone Apple made ever. It's just 5.6mm thick, it has a titanium frame with a matte glass finish, it weighs only 165 grams. On the front, you get a 6.5-inch display with 120Hz ProMotion, and it runs on the same A19 Pro chip, but you get one lesser GPU core than the Pro variants. Also, it is paired with 12GB RAM, so performance-wise, this thing won't feel tight at all. Now, here's where Apple really cut weight. The iPhone 17 Air has only one rear camera, a single 48-megapixel sensor, no ultra-wide, no telephoto, just one clear shooter. It also has this camera control button, like a camera control button for one freaking camera. Like, who in this world will buy iPhone Air for shooting reels or shots? I really want to meet that person. The battery is also smaller. It is somewhere around 2900 to 3100 mAh, and now we are not really sure how much it will last with all that power. But Apple is clearly positioning the iPhone Air as a premium lifestyle iPhone, and there are also a lot of vague things, like the iPhone Air will only charge at 20 watt. Again, fine. It's a smaller battery, but it cannot shoot cinematic videos in 4K. In fact, you get USB-C 2.0. It's only eSIM, there's no physical SIM. Now, Apple did say that they have raised the camera island and put the sensors on top of it to make sure the phone is slim, but they didn't mention that there's only one speaker in the phone, and that is also at the top. And all of these shortcomings would have been still fine, but the iPhone Air, ladies and gentlemen, costs 1,19,900 rupees. Like, are you kidding me? There's Pro version right there if you spend 15,000 more. In fact, I can get last year's Pro Max for lesser price. The iPhone Air definitely is a big nay, like double nay. Now coming to the creme de la creme of the iPhone series, the iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Now Apple has moved from the classic squared off camera island to a long horizontal camera bar. The design here frankly seems inspired by Poco, like for some reason. It looks like a budget Poco phone. In fact, it has this two-tone color finish as well. Along with this, there are two new colors that are introduced here. Seems like the ceramic orange is made for India. Another change here is the Apple logo has slightly moved down a bit now. Now in terms of the build quality, the Pro models now come in an aluminum body instead of a titanium body. Why? The 16 Pro Max had titanium. Well, this is because titanium actually has a higher heat conductivity than aluminum, which means when the phone gets hot, you instantly feel it in your hands, whereas the aluminum doesn't heat up too quickly. Plus, this is done to improve the MagSafe charging performance. So the idea is simple. Pro iPhone should now stay cooler during gaming, charging or long 4K video recording. And flipping onto the front, the dynamic island is now slimmer, and in the display the 17 Pro is now 6.3 inch and the 17 Pro Max is still the same 6.9 inch. Under the hood, both the Pro iPhones are powered by the A19 Pro chip paired with 12 GB of RAM. Now as per Apple, the iPhone 17 Pro Max should have 40% more better sustained performance than the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Well, that's a bold claim and we will need to test that. Another change is in the cameras. You now get a triple 48 megapixel camera setup. The ultra wide angle camera is 48 megapixel. The main camera is also 48 megapixel, but now there's a new 4x 48 megapixel periscope camera which can also do 8x optical zoom. You can now do 1x, 2x, 4x and 8x. And you can also zoom up to 40x digitally. Apart from this, you also get a dual video capture mode where you can record from the front selfie camera as well as the rear camera at the same time. Something that we have seen in Android for quite a long time. But of course, all of this high-res recording and dual capture isn't light on the phone, which is why Apple has also bumped up the battery and charging this year. The Pro gets close to 4000 mAh battery, while the Pro Max gets close to 5000 mAh battery. Now these are rumored battery specs. Along with that, you also get bump in charging speed with Qi 2 wireless charging support up to 25 watt and wired charging support up to 40 watt. Another area where the Pro model gets a bump up is the storage. So the Pro model now comes with 256 GB of storage instead of 128 GB of storage. And both the Pro and Pro Max now gets a vapor cooling chamber. Now, the second most important thing is the pricing of the Pro series. This is the first time when iPhone Pro series is manufactured in India, but due to the ongoing tariff issues between India and the US, in fact, tariff issues between USA and the world because of Donald Trump, basically people were expecting massive price hikes on the iPhone 17 Pro series. But the iPhone 17 Pro variant has gotten a small price hike of 15,000 rupees to make it now 1,34,900. It's on par with USA where you get a $100 hike. The iPhone 17 Pro Max model got a small 5,000 rupees hike and it now cost 1,49,900. However, there's a 2TB variant of iPhone 16 Pro Max and guess the price? It costs 2,29,900 rupees. It's officially makes it even more expensive than the Z Fold 7. Like the pricing of the Pro series is kind of meh, kind of yeah. Like how can you like the iPhone pricing? You would always want it a bit cheaper. And finally, the biggest thing, Apple Intelligence. Like Apple did talk about Apple Intelligence, but apart from a few mentions in the airport here and there, there's nothing about AI. This is one field where Apple is way behind Android and other companies and really struggling. There was a slideshow where they showed ChatGPT integration with Siri, which is a feature, but hold on. Hey Siri, what year is this? And sometimes it starts asking ChatGPT. Siri has somehow become worse after the ChatGPT integration. Now there were also rumors that in order to fix AI, Apple might buy out Perplexity or Mistral AI. In fact, Apple might partner with Google to improve Siri. But again, Apple was dead silent on AI or the new Siri. So all the users are still waiting for those Apple Intelligence features and I think they'll have to wait some more. And frankly, the really good releases was the iPhone 17. So if you're in India, I would recommend to buy the iPhone 16 in the sale. That's the lowest iPhone you should get. Skip 13, 14, 15. And iPhone 16 in 50 to 60,000 is a good deal. Next, get iPhone 17 if you have the budget. iPhone 16 Pro Max under 1 lakh is a really good deal. The rest, I believe, if you want the latest and the greatest, iPhone 17 Pro Max it is. And if you're buying iPhone Air, like, call me. We can be friends. Spend that money somewhere useful. Like buy a good car with GST rate slash. Go on. On that note, this is very signing off. See you in the next video. Pew, pew, pew.